So first of all, I congratulate Training and Placement Cell Director, Mr. Partak Malik, for organizing this event. As I know, this is a lockdown period, and the students must be feeling bored, and maybe some kind of different feeling may come across. But it is a good initiative by the Training and Placement Cell that we are starting some event in which about 40 students are participating, and I understand that such an event is has multi dimension. I say, it has its multi-dimension applications and advantages. As you know, this is a COVID-19 post-COVID-19 period when we are just learning how to live with COVID-19, right? So COVID-19 तो रहेगा ही, हमें इसके साथ ही जीना है और इसके साथ कैसे जीना है इसके इसके ये सीखना है, ठीक है. सो यू आर टू बी not afraid of COVID-19, right? We are to live with it. Okay? That is the feeling we should get now. We are to see that how we can, this challenge has come to us and how we have to convert this challenge into an opportunities. There are various opportunities, new opportunities coming up. As you know, today we are sitting at our home and all of us sitting at home and talking to each other. We were teaching you through the classrooms, this, that. Now sometimes we realize, think that why we are teaching you in the classroom, why we are not earlier teaching you through the online methods. The online method has come to us just sitting in a lockdown position. So now we can use this method additionally. This is a very important thing, that you are listening to a lecture while sitting in your own place, and you are able to record it also. You can listen it the same lecture again and again. You can then find out more advantage with the lectures, right? So these are the important things which has come up with the COVID-19. And as you said, that this is all you, this is a training and placement cell. All you may be looking for a job, right? Your training is for jobs. It's the purpose of the cell is that you have to train for the job, and you will be today participating in a speakathon, and there are various other activities has been as announced by your director. So I understand that you must be worried about what will be the employability conditions in the country. As you must have seen yesterday. Our Prime Minister has given us something that where we say that self-reliance is the most important thing you have to, right? So within the self-reliance, you will have you have lot of opportunities for yourself. You have to be local, vocal, and then global, right? So there are a lot of opportunities for all of us, and we have to learn that we are first to have a confidence that we can do it, right? So that is the confidence we have to build, and our students should learn from this such kind of events, that we should be we should be able to do it, and we will be doing it, right? And we are so many, we are so many. That is the advantage. Even if you develop something, you will be able to sell it. That's what I am saying for entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs. Then what if you have such a thing? Then obviously there are possibilities that the employability will be also generated. So we need not to worry. We have to only get over you say uh, our talents. I will say you have to explore, and you have to be sharpen your skills, right? You have to have the skill. You have to sharpen your skill, and lot of opportunities will be there, and you will be we are in a very, very advantageous situation. And though the COVID-19 is will be there, but we know how to live with it. We will all will be maintaining social distancing and all that. Once a day will come when this pandemic will also go away, and we hope that someday will be there when vaccination will be there. And so, but till then, we have to live with it, and we are confident that we can defeat it, and we will be having lot of opportunities. Many things has already come up, and I will say all of you should be brave enough to cope up this problem, and I wish all the best for your endeavor, and also for this competition which is being organized here by the Training and Placement Cell. Once again, I congratulate all the participants, and I thanks our judges, Anupama, Rajiv, and Vivek, and the Training Placement Cell coordinator, and uh, deputy director and director placement cell. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Due to this pandemic situation of COVID 19, the world has changed its strategies to online chats and video conferencing for work. And with this trend, we must get prepared ourselves through this prestigious opportunity of online speech competition, which will be weekly conducted on Wednesdays. And for today, the topic given to us is post COVID 19, which is trending topic in today's time to have a chat on. So before beginning, let me introduce our honorable judges, Mr. Rajiv Tamak from HSB Department, Mrs. Anupama Sangwan from CSC Department, and Mr. Vivek from Origin Company, who will judge today contest and select best out of the best speakers. First, before that, let me read out the rules given to you, and the participants are requested to follow the rules and regulations. Speech must be up to 3 minutes. A warning signal will be alarmed after 2 minutes 30 seconds. Your location should be containment, that is noiseless, and your face should be clearly visible. No paper reading is allowed and no screen reading is allowed. The adjudication will be based on 4 criteria, that is content quality, content delivery, power of expression, and body language. These 4 criteria are of 25 marks each, and which conclude total 100 marks for this event. Top 5 students will be awarded digital certifications, and other students will be given participation certificates. These certificates will be provided online on the mail provided by the students till midnight. And now I would like to start this program. And our first speaker is Shalini from Electrical Department, and the next speaker would be Ankit from Pharmaceutical. So Shalini, please open up your video and start the program.
Be my video is available?
Yes, you are audible, Shalini. Start.
Yes. We are on a wait and watch mode. As of now, PM Modi addresses and has promised in his speech that Jaan bhi, Jahan bhi, and we remain hopeful. Good evening. Today, I, Shalini Sharma, is going to present my views on the topic post-COVID-19. The COVID-19 will fundamentally change the way humanity works for and socializes for years to come. COVID-19 will be a catalyst to unprecedented changes in every industry, and every industry will be forced to reform and restructure in order to attain new realities that will emerge. And in my opinion, these following will lead the transformation for every industry. So first will be agility. Agility will be the single biggest reason why some organization will tide over this crisis, while some agile organization will work forced to focus on customer challenges. Second will be digital. Digital transformation should be aimed at holistic capabilities to leverage the possibilities and opportunities that the new age technology presents. It will enable the service better, and it will not be about technology adoption, but it will be about evolution of business with more number of customers. It will be about exploring canvas of opportunities by cloud, big analysts, data, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and new emerging realities that are shaping a new wave for customer behavior. Third will be work from home. The work from home culture will play a defining role in this, and it has the potential to stop this crisis. And it is industry worth of trillions of dollars, and in many cases, it's priceless to elaborate. Fourth one will be digital payments. Increased use of smartphones and higher internet penetration will propel this market growth into strong double digits. Last but not the least, e-commerce. The future of e-commerce will be exciting a lot as new categories will join the e-commerce basket, making service or available online better. And it is undeniable that post-COVID-19 e-commerce growth rate will outpace earlier levels. At last, I want to conclude that at this situation is not unique to India, but faced by every country. So it's quite educational to see different models. And the government should give tax breaks, including GST plus income tax, considering the economy of India despite reduced export duties and license fees. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Shalini, for sharing your expertise knowledge with us. Now I want Ankit from pharmaceutical, and I want Nitya Chug to be ready with her speech. From computer science department to share her views in regard to this event.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Nitya.
Hello, Nitya. You are audible. Please start your speech.
Okay. So today, along with the whole world, our country, India, is facing a huge melancholy. Who had ever thought that one person would be foe to another? Every second person curses China to be guilty for the whole outbreak, and there are some behoof behind this epidemic. The pre-COVID India is going to be the pre-COVID India would undergo mileage of modifications, while the post-COVID India is going to be more caring and far much better than today. I am Nitya, and I have the post-COVID India. I have simply ABCDE as a code to let you all have a view and idea to the upcoming India. So, A here simply refers to ACME India. Yes, you heard it right, ACME India. ACME India refers to the India achieving its excellence at the highest level. ACME India refers to the India achieving excellence at its highest level. And we need not to note it down for the future references. But during the pandemic, most countries
Jyoti? Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah,
Am
you're
I
audible and
audible?
also visible.
Good morning, respected teachers and the participants and all the listeners. The healthy body, healthy people with immune system can more travel and safe. As we all know, the people with good immune system can recover fast from the COVID as well as the other diseases. As the government also considering the immunity pathway, as through this time we people more healthier, and through this we also do hygienic, self hygienic. Through this, the percentage rate of the diseases in India also reduce, which makes the post COVID-19 India will be more healthy. And also their own products which are made in India, which are made in India that growing, and people are more reliable to that Indian products as from the different countries. So as we also making the healthcare sector will be the epic center for the growth of business at this time, as we already started making PP kit and the handmade masks, as well as the new invented ventilators also producing in India now, which makes India more self-reliant and self-dependent country. As our lifestyle changes a lot in this time, which makes post COVID 19 makes India more healthier, hygienic, and self reliant. We makes our own products and we makes our own product and depend on our country own self, and we export less products from the other countries, and we and the India will make more self-reliant country and the healthier as we adopting different lifestyles in this time. Be healthy, be safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti, for sharing your views. Look at the beautiful skies, and everybody is talking about Mother Nature being regenerated. So latch on to the positive and live in the moment. Now, I wish to call upon Ankita from Environmental Department and want Vishwas from Department of Economics to get ready for his next speech.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ankita Jha. I'm from Environmental Science Department.
Excuse me, your video is not visible. Please open up your video.
Oh, sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ankita Jha. I'm from Environmental Science. I'm pursuing a master. So to this virus has started, and now epicenter has been this virus has taken its epicenter from China now to Europe and now to USA, and now the center is it in India. The situation after post COVID, the situation after virus will be, there will be a huge drawbacks to the aviation, to the hotels, to the transport sectors, but there are positive impacts on making India a self-reliant. Means that India will be able to produce its own. India will be able to sell its own goods among its people. As we can see in news, many countries has shifted its companies from China to India. For example, Japan and USA. They had said that they will shift their companies from China to India. This will be a great opportunity for India, and there are many sectors like if we see from the perspective of environment, there are many positive impacts on the environment. There were dolphins which has critically endangered dolphins which has coming back to the Kolkata shores, and there are many other flamingos they are found in the Mumbai. So there are very positive impacts of this virus on environment, and they are also long lasting. But as we see in the negative impact, they may be traveling, there may be transport, all these sectors will be degraded. As we can see, India has a rank in poverty is 49th. So in this poverty sector, people are going to face a lot of crisis in poverty and hunger and wealth. But as said by our Prime Minister recently in his speech, he has said that India will be able to be a self-reliant, and we will produce more and more good among India itself, like Make in India program, which was started by our Prime Minister. So all these things, there was two impacts, negative impact and positive impact. According on the basis of environment and nature, it's this COVID-19 has faced a positive impact, but if we see in many other sectors, it had faced a negative impact. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti. From your speech, I get to know India will get back soon with great entrepreneurs. Now, I wish to call upon stage Vishwas from Department of Economics and want Sumit Arya to get ready with his speech.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible and your video is also visible.
Okay. Good evening, respected Vice Chancellor, sir, and honorable judges, and all my dear friends and listeners. My name is Vishwas Bajaj, student of BSc Honors Economics first year, and today I will be talking about economic aspects of post-COVID-19. The outbreak of COVID-19 in India. The outbreak of COVID-19 in India is a unprecedented human and economic catastrophe, and the pandemic am I audible?
Keep your
No.
Sorry.
विश्वास अपने माइक को नजदीक रखो अपने. हाँ.
Hello, am I audible?
Start.
Okay, so the pandemic can be considered as a major event and can be a cause of dislocation of major businesses and consumers. And it is very unpredictable that the growth graph after the post-COVID can be reshaped. That is rapid growth after major decline, or can be U-shaped, that is unelongated shift after major unelongated shift after major decline. And for India, the consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic has given some major opportunities to reset our economy. As we know that pre-COVID-19, the Indian economic system was going through a major decline, and due to lesser investment and consumption levels, and so due to lesser investment and consumption levels, and so far India has majorly done a major role in maintaining the infection level as compared to other countries of the world, and it can be really seen that after this corona pandemic, it can also play a major role to maintain its economic.
Vishwas, your time is over.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vishwas. Now I'd like to call upon Manisha from Pharmaceutical Department, and I want Yash Bansal to get ready for his next speech. Manisha, you are visible, and please put your mic on. Before that, Manisha, wait for a while, because in that queue there was named Sumit Arya, who is ready with his speech. So I want to call Sumit Arya from Pharmaceutical Department. Sumit is not present. So Manisha, I would like you to open up your video and start the speech.
Good evening. I am
Yes,
able
sir.
to, ma'am.
Audible. Yeah, you are audible. Start the speech.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon, everybody. I am start, ma'am. Can I start, ma'am?
Yes, you start.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Manisha, student of B Pharmacy first year. Today, I am here to speak on the topic post COVID-19 India. First of all, I would like to thank to the organizer of this post COVID-19 India. Um, um, Post COVID-19 India is the major problem in now which occurs now. Um, Spread of the post COVID-19 is in all the world. India India has also suspended all the travel domestic as well as international as part of this lockdown. The strategy of the government has also stick to the prevention is better than the cure model. Everything is on the stop on the stop. The mini, in on March 2020, the Minister of the Health and the Welfare Dr. Harshvardhan, said that no that uh, that the screening of the people is necessary who are coming to the India. There are many changes in the India after the COVID-19. The India has become the resilient country, become the resilient. Uh, India export less. India export the more itself, and they and the and they have due to lockdown. Thank you.
Thank you, Manisha, and thank you, Pratap sir, for giving the round of applause for these students to encourage them. Now, I wish to call the participant, that is Yash Bansal from Electrical Department, well, from Electronics Department. I guess he's not there in the meeting, so I call Anjali Pandey from
Devanshi,
Electrical Engineering.
just hold on for a minute. Rajiv sir is exiting back and is logging in again. He's having some problem with his video and audio.
Okay, sir.
Wait for 2 minutes, huh?
Okay, sir.
Devanshi, meanwhile, you can tell the order in which students are being called and whether they are ready or not.
Okay, sir.
So it would be good.
Yeah. I'm just announcing the order. Please watch it out and have your position on that.
They can tell through chat that yes, we are ready, we are here.
Okay, please announce by chat. Please say yes and no if you are here or not. If you are here, so write yes in the chat box. Anjali Pandey, Nishit Shubhankar, Sarv Bhanukumar, Prem Kumar, Piyush Hans, Sachin, Varsha Yadav, Sachin Maurya, Priya Malik, Sukrat, Jaswant Singh, Javed Asfe, Jatin Kumar, Kajal, Ujjwal, Gajendra, Gaurav, Dikshu, Vijay Malik, Pushpender, Apeksha Bhatia, Aditya Kumar, Ankit Verma, Shubhra, and the last is Rohit.
Now we have Rajiv sir also with us, so I think we can start it again.
Rajivji, please make your video on.
Now I want Anjali Pandey from Electrical Department to start the speech. If she is available, please say yes. If not, then we will wait for a while. Okay, she is available. Please start your speech.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, but your video is not visible.
Am I visible now?
Yeah, you are visible. Right. Thank you.
Life never goes easier or more forgiving. We just get stronger and more resilient. With this, a lively noon to a galaxy of intellectuals present over here. Thank you for having me. I'm Anjali Pandey from BTech First Year Electrical Branch, and I'm here to speak on post COVID-19 scenario and highlight its impact on informal economy workers who are, however, excluded from most of the government measures. So here we go. Things are moving now fast with COVID-19 novel coronavirus, and as the severe fallout of this virus has turned out to be grim, it is much grimmer for the developing countries like India. The pandemic has already exposed the health vulnerabilities facing India, especially its rural poor and urban slum dwellers. As a measure to contain the community transmission of virus, the government of India has announced a lockdown which has been extended twice through 17th May. The impact of a little less than 2 month lockdown has turned out to be immense as economical activities has come to a standstill. There is a stop there is a disruption in workers and social events, and however establishments are closed, markets have been shut down, and factories are not running yet. Almost 90% of workers in India work in informal economy, the part of an economy which thrives in daily work, daily cash, and a little provision of employment protection. And like demonetization, this COVID-19 pandemic and the implemented lockdown has exposed millions of workers and their families to a very bleak future. According to the latest survey of Center of Monitoring Indian Economy, there is a gradual increase in unemployment from 8.4% to 23.8%. And however, if we calculate in absolute manner, then the number of unemployed people has risen from 32 million to 38 million. Pranab Sen, the former chief statistician of India, has been reported saying that around 50 million of workers have lost their jobs within 2 weeks after the lockdown, and which is really a very substantial quantity. And if the problem still persists, it will accentuate the problem of poverty in India. Summing up my words, I would like to say that for these informal workers, it is hand to mouth existence. They have hardly enough saving, hardly little to zero savings to eat their living throughout the lockdown, and thus post COVID-19 lockdown impact may be very tremendous for them, and it may lead to detention of employment of the workers and threatening their survival for a million of workers and their families. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Anjali, and round of applause. From your speech, I get to know that center of your heart is the center of the universe. Go to the center and radiate positive vibration for the well-being of the humanity. Now, there's a chat in the chat. Yash has joined us right now. So I want Yash Bansal from Electronics to give his speech.
Good morning to one and all present here. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, you are
Hello.
audible. Please start.
And please apologize me if my video quality is not so good because so let's now start my presentation. Good morning to one and all present here. Today I Yashman discuss my views on the post COVID-19 impact on Indian economy. So as we all know, COVID-19 has already expanded its arms on entire world. It first originates from the Wuhan biology lab of Wuhan, China, and it's now expanding its arm in an entire world. The pandemic has come at the very crucial time of India, as our economy is already struggling, and now this virus has came like a like hell to us. And if we discuss about the last quarter of the 2018 and 19, the last quarter of 2018, our GDP growth has lowered to from 8% to the just 4.5%, and this is the worst case ever. So, and if we talk about the lockdown, it is the world's biggest lockdown ever in the entire world, as the 5 billion peoples are in lockdown, and it is the worst scenario after the World War II. And if we consider about the if we consider about the economy, every case, every situation, every point is directly or indirectly affecting by this impact. So if we consider the apparel and textile apparel and textiles, buildings and construction, chemicals and petrochemicals are the affecting some companies. And the major company that affected by this coronavirus is the aviation and tourism sector and the oil and gas sector. And if we see particularly about the aviation tourism, we can see that this can be long for about 2 years. And this company can, and even if the companies which have been working like pharmaceuticals company, they are also not performing very well. Like if we take example of the Sun Pharmaceuticals company, its shares has lower down from about 20 to 25%. It means it is not working very well. And this pandemic has also some of the positive points also. Like if we see our environment is very much improved. Like we can see in our news, like from Saharanpur, we can see the mountains from the Himalayas, like this news are coming. And even the pollution index in the cities like Gurgaon and Noida, it has come to just 50. So this is a positive point for us. And even the internet, the online forms and the work from home will also get boom from this pandemic. So at last, we will only want to say that this pandemic has some bad effects, and even if we see, then this also has some good effects and positive effects about this. So thank you.
Thank you, Nitish, for sharing your ideas with us. Now Yash Bansal, sorry, judges, his name was Yash Bansal. And now I wish to call upon Nitish Shubhankar from Department of Economics. His sequence number is 14th. Hello, Nitish Shubhankar from Department of Economics. And the next, Sarva Bhanu Kumar should ready with his speech.
Am I audible here?
Yes, you are audible. Nitish Shubhankar.
Okay, one small correction. My name is Nishit Shubhankar, and very good evening to everyone. Today, we are here to talk about the post-pandemic India. So let's just dive into it. The coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic is the defining health crisis of our time. It is the greatest challenge we've faced since the World War II. And the sad part is it's not only just a health crisis. By stressing every country that it touches, it has the potential to cause devastating social, economic, and political crisis. But today, I will focus on the post-pandemic India and talk about the negative as well as the few positives that can come out of this pandemic. The Global Health of Equity, Christopher Wood, pointed out that the lockdown for India can be quite devastating for human welfare and economics, because since there is no help for small businesses and there is no benefit for unemployment. And the Center of Monitoring Indian Economy, or the CMIE, said 27 million youth, I repeat, 27 million youth in the age group of 20 to 30 lost their jobs during this lockdown. The employment rate has fallen from 27% to a mere 24%. The Indian economy is expected to lose over $4.5 billion in this lockdown every single day. Up to 53% of businesses have reported to be seriously affected. More than 45% of households have reported an income drop compared to the previous year. But now we all know that we are pretty stressed out. This is not convenient for any of us, but there are some positives that has come out of this pandemic. And I'll provide the data to share with you all. According to World Air Quality, the average concentration of the molecule PM2.5 in New Delhi has decreased by 71% for a week last month. 19% of households have increased e-commerce by buying hygiene products. And there has been twice the growth in e-penetration and the number of buyers online. There has been an 8% increase in first-time online buyers of products and services. And COVID-19 has weirdly become a catalyst for entrepreneurship and people to start new businesses and startups. So the bottom line here is that we all know that a massive, massive recession awaits us after this. And if we choose the opportunity to benefit ourselves, we can get out of this with new and better jobs and be more independent than ever. Thank you for your patience, and have a nice day.
Devanshi, unmute yourself. Unmute. Remember it.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Thank you, Nisit, for giving us such a wonderful speech. And from your speech, I get one thing. The secret of crisis management is not good versus bad. It's preventing the bad from getting worse. Now I wish to call Sir Bhanu Kumar from Electronics Department. Sir Bhanu Kumar from Electronics.
Call the next one.
After Sir Bhanu Kumar, Prev Kumar from Pharmaceutical. Prem Kumar from Pharmaceutical. I guess he's also not present here. Piyush Hans from Bio and Nanotechnology. Piyush Hans from Bio and Nanotechnology.
Hello everyone. Good evening everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible and visible too. Thank you.
Audible. My topic is post COVID-19 impacts. Basically, I will starting from post COVID-19 impacts on study. From study, as we know, our academic, we did not attend our classes, and our academic depend on e-learning, and our teacher take our classes. But my question is all students get their classes? Its answer is no. All students not able to attend their classes because of students from areas did not have that much accessibility to internet. They did not have connect through classes. But it's teachers, we have to be improve our internet quality and IT sector. And when I talk about the positive impact is that as complete buses and all the vehicles did not working, so pollution level get low, and because of pollution is getting low, our greenhouse gases like CO2 and many gases getting decreased, and it will impact on our global warming get decreased. And because of no pollution, no vehicles, ozone hole getting filled, because of ozone hole get filled, I think there will be decrease in skin cancer and cataract like diseases, and it will positive impact on health of people. Basically the people who have chronic cough and chronic disease and they did not check up because of any reason, and because of COVID-19 they check up and they are positive with diseases like TB and many diseases, and ultimately they will be cured and take medicine. So impact of health is positive, because of COVID-19. And when I was discussed about economy, of course, it will negative impact on our economy, and negative impact on poor workers who depend upon their daily wages for their life. And almost 100 million peoples and more than 100 million peoples of our nation get lose their job because of COVID-19, and it will negative impact. But if we can, with positivity and willpower and enthusiasm, it teaches us if we can do anything, and by we can do extracurricular activities, like any extracurricular activities we can do, like any process, and it's depend on us if we think positive or negative. If we deal with positive impact, it has many positive impact, and we can carry on our study with maintaining social distancing peacefully. And negative impact, we will be cover up with negative impact. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Piyush, for sharing your ideas. Now, I want to call the next speaker, Sachin from Mechanical Engineering, and the next speaker would be Varsha Yadav from Environmental Science. So please, Varsha, be ready with your speech. Sachin from Mechanical Engineering. Sachin from Mechanical Engineering. I think he's not present here. So next is Varsha Yadav from Environmental Science. Varsha Yadav from Environmental Science. I guess she's also not here. Sequence number 20, Sachin Maurya, Pharmaceutical Department. The next speaker, Sachin Maurya from Pharmaceutical Department.
Devanshi,
yes, sir.
Sachin can ensure that next speaker is ready. Please ask Sachin to ensure that
Yes,
next
sir.
speaker is ready.
Okay, sir. Sir, he's coordinating with me. I guess we are expecting Varsha. Sachin Maurya is also not here. Priya Malik from Physics Department. Priya Malik from Physics Department.
She's not also here.
She's also not here. Surat from HSP Department. Surat from HSP Department.
Surat.
Sir, it's Surat from HSB Department.
He's also not here.
Sir, there's a spelling mistake. Sukrat from HSB Department.
Hello.
Yeah.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible and visible. Thank you.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I'm Sukrat from MBA Journal. Hello.
Yes, continue.
I'm Sukrat from MBA Journal, sir. Good evening, everyone. Today's topic is post-COVID-19, and I would like to share my views on post-COVID-19 scenario and its impact on India. COVID-19, also known as coronavirus, everybody knows about it. There is no need to define then what it is and how it is spreading in all over the world rapidly. The whole world is fighting with this crisis. The whole world is fighting with this crisis. We cannot ignore the hello. The whole world is fighting with this crisis. India also got affected with this virus. Indian government took so many preventative steps to cope up with this situation. Lockdown is one of them. During lockdown, all and everything is closed except essential services like supermarkets, grocery stores.
I think Sukrat has left.
Sukrat has left the podium. So next here in the row is Jaswant Singh, which is also not present in this meeting. So we shall begin further. The next is Javed from chemistry department. Yeah, you are visible. Yes, you are visible. Hello.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. You shall begin.
But I can't see my video here.
Yeah, your video is visible.
Good afternoon to dear Vice Chancellors and respectable judges. So I would like to start my topic on post-COVID-19 India. So I would like to be a little bit realistic than optimistic. As we know, the world is going through such a historic and unpleasant moment. So there has been a lot of difficulties in movement and contacts, and a lot of difficulties has been during this lockdown. So as a WHO declaration, there might be reoccurrence of this pandemic also. So India also pledged to fight with this pandemic and also fighting with this COVID-19. So there are various sectors that must be focused, and India must build a good plan and extensive plan to implement and reduce the risk and dangers of this pandemic. So there is a lot of sectors like education, economy, and other sectors, but I would like to focus on the education sector because it's an important part and it is a socially crowded place. So as other contestants said, that there has been a lot of challenges during lockdown. So I would like to divide these challenges in two parts. First part is the challenges regarding taking examinations of students in schools and universities. So this is a big task because ongoing sessions are waiting for their examinations inside universities. So managing this will be a difficult task for everyone. So the solution is to make a novel scheme to take examinations by recognizing the health of the students. And the second challenge is starting new sessions in universities and schools, which is also a difficult task. Many countries are planning to start their universities and their education system 3 months later, but India has decided to start it in August. So this might be a little bit challenging, but the solution again will be more online learning. So India must use upcoming months to invest on online learning, online how to deliver lectures by teachers and other academic staff. So to sum up, I would like to mention a few points that India must take step-by-step actions and also invest more on online education. It will be good for future and also in this pandemic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Javed, and a round of applause from Pratap sir and Training and Placement Cell also. Now, from your speech, I get to know that the secret of change is to focus all of your energy and not on fighting the old, but on building the new. And India will build a new nation. Now, I would like to call Jatin Kumar from Mechanical Engineering, and he is also not present. So we shall move on. The next sequence number 26 speaker, Kajal from Chemistry Department. Kajal from, yes. You are visible?
I'm audible, ma'am.
Yeah, you are
Okay,
audible
ma'am.
too.
First of all, a very good evening to Revered VC sir, Revered jury members, Revered teachers, and my fellows. And thanks for joining me here today this evening. I'm Kajal, and I'm here today to articulate my views on the scenario of India after COVID-19. But being a part of educational system, I would be focusing more on the impact of COVID-19 on education sector. So let us start now. As we all know that COVID-19 has created a profound health effect not only on education sector but also on economical, social and sport activities also. It is estimated that nearly 1 million learners of India has been badly affected due to this deadly coronavirus. And owing to this virus, it has been also assumed that there could be a kind of inorganization in the activities like internship, placements, fee collection, exam schedules, and many more. But the major concern in this situation is that it can affect the several people in the private sector also. So it is devastating. And the worst thing among this is that there would be a less investment in the education sector. There would be a less investment in the education sector because of huge destructiveness in the Indian economy. The World Bank has downgraded Indian growth for the fiscal year 21 to its lowest figures since India
Please keep your
has seen.
mic near your mouth, please.
Okay. The World Bank has downgraded for the fiscal year 2021 to its lowest figures since India has seen in last 3 decades. And also the former advisory of India has also said that India would need a negative growth, and for this it would take a 10 trillion rupees to overcome this contraction. Because only within a month, around 140 million of people lost their job, which gave rise to 26% unemployment rate only within a month. But now, apart from these all negativities, there lies a positivity in the form of opportunity. And the greatest opportunity is the use of advanced technology. Yeah, the use of advanced technology in the form of online learning can lessen the effect of COVID-19 on its sector. Because more will be the online learning, more will be the hiring of web developers, online instructions, and then more will be the employment, and then more will be the economy. Hence, it can enhance your economy. Therefore, I came to conclusion after discussing various aspects that it is not the duty of mere government to combat COVID-19, but also it is duty of ours to secure the future of India. At last, I'm going to end my speech by following the PM
Your
Modi's
time is up. Sorry, Kajal, we can't give you more time for this. Thank you, Kajal. Thank you, Kajal, for sharing your ideas. Next is Ujjwal, and from our working team, we get to know Ujjwal and Gajendra is not present. So we are moving to sequence number 29, Speaker Gaurav from Mechanical Department. Speaker Gaurav from Mechanical Department.
Am I audible, ma'am?
You are audible, but please keep your video just in front of your face, please. Your face is not visible properly.
Now?
Yes, it is okay. Perfect.
Good evening to all of you. Hello. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible. Carry on.
Yeah, I am Gaurav. Good evening to all of you. My name is Gaurav. I am from Mechanical Department. Although I have seen there are many aspects which will affect it after the COVID-19, but I choose the which I think is the most important in this time, which is biotech industry. The biotech industries will be more huge and will grow more rapidly in the coming time because of coronavirus. We always see Facebook, Google, and many other IT companies which will always be in the top of marketing and a high paying industries. But the things are going to be changed because of coronavirus. We are dealing this coronavirus in the same manner we are dealing with other pandemics in the which happened in our past years. This is because we are blind to detect it exactly and to know how it is affected. So the first although we have the technology enough to detect it, but not enough stuff to send all the country to check it out and get the big result and accurate result. So the first step in this, I think, doctors have to check the antibodies of all the peoples in the country, and then it will tell us the extent of it, that how much it extend and how it is spreading more and more. So in this, we have to work on biotech industry. All these things will show the biotech industry will increase in the future marketing. We don't know even the science of it exactly. We don't know how it is spreading, but we know how our body works. We should know our immunity system also, and we have also enough technology to detect it. So you can say in all these, the biotech industry will improve and increase in the coming years, but unfortunately after the lockdown and shutdown, so the employability will increase. You can say many people are already started investing in these companies because they know the who will come first will be more profitable in the first and have more chances to be successful in this field and area. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav. It is recommended that participants should not leave this meeting. Else, if they leave this meeting, the participation certificate will not be given to them. Please make this point. And from your speech, we get that in the latest news, it is heard that Twitter has just happy with the effect of working at home, and it is starting its after lockdown. Twitter is just beginning that the workers should work at home. Next, the speaker is Dikshu from chemistry department, and I want Vijay Malik to get ready. And if Vijay Malik is absent, Pushpender, please get ready for the next speech.
Hello, is I am visible and audible to you? Hello.
Hello, Dikshu.
Yes,
Sangwan.
I am audible or
Yeah,
visible
you
to
are audible and your video is also visible.
Thank you. Can I start? Hello.
You may start.
Hello and good evening to Honorable Vice Chancellor, jury members and organizers of this event. I hope you all are healthy and safe at home. I Dikshu from Department of Chemistry, BSc first year. First of all, I was to say and pay heartily thanks to the organizers of this event, placement and training and placement drives, sir, who are organizing in a difficult time. Aspect after COVID-19. So India is also having a different aspects of life after COVID-19. So in today's event, I'm going to tell you about the post scenario of the education after COVID-19. COVID-19 pandemic will alter the future of technology and learning. The high-end future that COVID-19 will give us, however, is not entirely bleak. If we look far and hard enough into our post-secondary, post-pandemic landscape, we can glimpse some reasons for optimism. I will share some of the points that will tell you about how our education will be changed. Online education will be a strategic priority at every institution. Very few colleges and universities were doing absolutely nothing with online education pre-COVID-19. There was wide variation, however, in the degree to which online education was central to an institution's strategic plan. This will all change after COVID-19. In the future, every president, provost, dean, and trustee will understand that online education is not only a potential source for new revenues. Instead, online education will be recognized as core to every school plan for institutional resilience and academic continuation. Gone will be the days when individual schools within a university will be able to go their own way with online education. Management of online learning will be integrated into existing academic leadership structures and processes. If we go to the second point of this, blended learning will dramatically increase. Quality online learning progress are high input operations requiring both time to develop and significant investments to run. The necessity of teaching and learning with Canvas and Zoom platform will yield significant benefits. When these benefits are laid into face-to-face instruction, we will come back from COVID-19 with a much more widely shared understanding that digital tools are complements, not substitutes, for the intimacy and immediacy of face-to-face learning. Why we go far away, we can have example of our university. We can think scenario of university that how much way of education is going to change. Now we are getting our classes online, a healthy conversation with our teachers, and extracurricular activities on online platform. So I must say that infrastructure of technology in education is going to be much powerful, strong, advanced than before. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Dikshu. Round of applause for her. The next speaker, Vijay, is absent. So we will go to sequence number 32, speaker Pushpender from printing department. And I want Apeksha Bhatia to get ready with her speech as the next speaker.
Devanshi, not audible.
Hello, sir. Is it audible?
Yes, now it is okay.
Okay, sir. Vijay Malik is absent, so I want Pushpender from printing department to start his speech and want Apeksha Bhatia to get ready with her next speech.
Good evening, Vice Chancellor, sir, respected judges, and worthy TNP coordinator, sir. So today, ma'am, am I audible? Ma'am, am I audible?
You're audible.
And visible?
Yeah, you are visible too.
Okay. So my name is Pushpender and I am a student of printing technology from GJU. So today I'm going to opine me about post-COVID disease. So in this, we all know that there is always some good and bad impacts of something. So it also has. So on one of the point on which I want to address one and all present here. So it is inflation. So today I'm tell you only one activity which always lead to a slump in India's economy. So what is it? Let us consider example. Yesterday itself, our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, while addressing the nation, declared 20 lakh crore package. So it is a huge amount. As in our nation, always two types of people are present. One is far-sighted and other is short-sighted. What it means for short-sighted people, they used to consider it as a free amount, and instead of investing this amount in the source of India GDP, they will waste it to foreign products, which will lead to slump in our GDP. So it was about short-sighted persons. So it is another kind of category which is far-sighted. They are always far-looking. They look for a good way to our nation. So they used to look we can say the way in which we can improve our status of nation. So they what do they do? So the only and one thing is that they used to do is that they use this huge amount. We can say the package which are given by Honorable Prime Minister, sir. So they use it in very efficient way and very useful way, which will lead to increase in GDP. So it is the only reason which can deteriorate or increase the status of our economy. It is a concern even after COVID-19. So we must take care about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Pushpender. From your speech, the outbreak of COVID-19 has thrown a challenge to the nation and its citizens.
Yes,
It demands us to stand together and fight the challenge. And India is fighting for it. Now, the next speaker is Apeksha Bhatia from Computer Science Department. And the other speaker would be Ankit Verma from Printing Department. Ankit Verma, please get ready with your speech as a next speaker. And Apeksha Bhatia, please open up your video.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible and too visible.
Okay. Good evening, TNP Cell members, my fellow friends, and all of you gathered here in this weekly virtual speakathon. I would like to speak to you, wonderful people. Hi, I am Apeksha Bhatia, student of JJU, pursuing BTech in CSE third year. I would like to speak on the topic post-COVID-19 India. Here, everyone knows about the wreak havoc caused by Corona in India. The COVID-19 pandemic has upended the lives of children and fellow families. As health system buckle, schools and businesses closed, and borders closed. COVID-19 has brought economical and financial losses, health issues, socialistic problems, and also the educational system is stopped. As the markets are closed, people are allowed to stay indoors. But the point is that after the Corona effect, everyone has to live the typical life that no one has dreamed of. Children will now have to wear the mask all time and have to sit separately with fellow students in their schools and colleges. Government also declared the odd even rule. So the rules for purchasing any good will now be different. Entertainment system will also be affected. Government also declared that in theaters, people now have to sit at a distance of 1 meter to promote social distancing. People will now have to be more conscious about their health. Digital payment will now be the best adapting mode in the near future. Some services may be made available online. These are all the negative changes that are affected due to Corona, but there are positive effects too. The positive effect is that Corona has united all of us. Corona has brought the unity and brotherhood in us. COVID-19 has not seen the caste, religion, or gender before striking. So these are all the negative and positive effects due to Corona. And I would like to share my lines on this. It is due to you, Corona. It is due to you, Corona, we are closed indoors. It is due to you, Corona, we are closed indoors and we have nothing to do except the course. And we have nothing to do except the course. At this time, at this age when we wanted ourselves to explore, you came as evil eye and we can't tolerate you anymore. You came as evil eye and we can't tolerate you anymore. Thank you and have a nice day and be safe.
Thank you, Apeksha, and a round of applause. Very nice speech given by Apeksha Bhatia. Now I wish to call Ankit Verma from Printing Department as the next speaker. Apeksha, please अपना mic off कर दीजिए. Aditya is absent. So sequence number 35, Ankit Verma from Printing Department. Ankit Verma from Printing Department. He is present in the meeting but not visible right now. Please open up your mic and your video too. Ankit Verma, please see your connection. You're not visible as well as audible.
Hello.
You're audible, you are not visible right now. Please manage your location where the internet is strong.
Priyanshi, carry on. Next. Call the next contestant.
Okay, sir. The next contestant is Shubhra from Pharmaceutical Department. Shubhra from Pharmaceutical Department, sequence number 36.
Hello, can I audible?
Yeah, you are audible and as well visible. You may start.
Wish you a very good evening to all. I hope you all were good. Myself, Shubhra Sharma of Pharmaceutical Science. We all are here to share our views. I'm going to represent my views on post-COVID-19. As we all know, this COVID-19 is forcing a paradigm shift. We all are still in the fog of a war. This COVID-19, there is no sector or no section is unaltered or untouched by this devastating COVID-19. This COVID-19 situation be like new, normal, anything, but should be ordinary. COVID-19 threatens to push the world into a deep recession. As according to IMF data, the 6% contrast will be going up if this lockdown is extended. Our former RBI governor has said that this former governor said that RBI, Raghuram Rajan, this said India going to face the devastating crisis in financial year since from independence. Even Geeta Gopinath, the chief economics of IMF, they also mentioned that subdued demands, their supply chains and their production slowed down, dysfunctioning in supply chain going to be impacted. Work pattern, production and distribution all were going to happen because of post-COVID-19. We all should take up the lesson and start repeating ourselves and make new strategies by especially our policy makers. Education system is really changed during this COVID-19. It is the most enduring field which got affected. So we what the change after post COVID-19 we facing the new era. Like we will following the social distancing, the exam pattern should be followed in the number of students. There should be a weekly routine checkups, temperature should be daily checking, and we should all wear the mask and the gloves. Sorry, but I have to conclude this topic with these lines. Unless the scientists came up with the vaccine, the concept of herd immunity should be very common among the countries. Even USA is failed to continue this strategy, and the pharma industry plays a very vital role in this post-COVID-19. Good practice should be first, I am going to conclude with the namaste. We should all follow this tradition. That namaste, the all word going to follow this. Thank you.
Thank you. But we need to stop you right over here. Okay. Thank you, Shubhra. Your content quality was very nice. And further, I have to move. And the last contestant, that is, before that, there was network issues by Ankit Verma. So sequence number Ankit 35. Ankit is being called.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, you are audible and visible. You may start.
Good evening, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Director of Training and Placement. Hello, this is Ankit from Printing Technology branch. My today's topic is post-COVID-19 in India. As we all know that as there is some positive effects and negative effects of this pandemic disease. So I would like to first tell you about some losing effects and some winning effects. So, hello.
You're audible, speak.
So first, that we can say that traveling industry and some entertainment industry is much more affected about that just because of COVID-19 diseases. I all know that due to this COVID-19 disease, many of the employees and laborers come back to their home. That's the result. Our economy is declining day by day. As COVID-19 is a pandemic for our India as well as in the world also. But there are some positive effects of this disease also. That the dream of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi has become true of digital India. As online classes are running in a very full swing and online meetings are done by this Zoom app as we are doing it now. So there are some winning industries like entertaining, gaming, home deliveries, which are in very craze nowadays. But I would like to have a request to you all that please, after lockdown, buy Indian products and please travel more and more in India. That our Indian economy can be raised again, and our India will be one of the powerful countries in the world. As we all know that Indian products are much more reliable and good for us because our industry will grow and our economy will also grow. As we all know that due to this COVID-19 diseases, our economy and GDP also decreased. So it is a very big request to you all that please stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankit. From you, we get to know network issues can't stop participants from participating. The next speaker and is Rohit from Electronics Department. Rohit from Electronics Department. Speaker number 37.
Hello, am I audible?
You are audible, but your video is not visible right now.
Oh, okay, my front camera is not working, so I'm just flipping my phone. Now I'm
Just
audible and visible.
flip your camera because you are
in reverse mode.
Okay, okay,
uh,
okay, okay. Now I'm
yeah, it
visible.
is perfect. You may begin.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I am Rohit from Electronics Department, GGU Hisar campus student. I am here participating in the presentation the post-COVID. So I am I would like to thank the coordinator of training and placement cell and the vice chancellor sir for this type of webinars and meetings. TPCell has already arranged webinars. Courage are needed. Fear not the coronavirus. Empathy and courage are needed. My topic is the economy. As our Prime Minister already told yesterday that announced a big package of 20 lakh crore rupees 20 lakh crore rupees for the relief of corona fund. So corona has some negative and positive impact in our daily life, like migrants laborers. We see that they cannot have earnings. So in this fund, he raises many uh, registered virus like positive impact is that we are started work from home. uh, it give us a new interacting method. Environment air pollution are very reduced. Digital payment methods are very raised, but negative impact is transport methods are uh, closed nowadays. Like I am here in UP, stuck here due to these days. So we have to this corona and problem. The transport and the system is not working. Is my time
Your
up?
time is up. Thank you,
Hello?
Rohit, for a wonderful speech. Now I wish to call Praveen, sequence number 5. He was not available at that time, but now he has joined the meeting. Praveen, sequence number. Praveen from Computer Science Department. Now he is not available, so
His voice is not audible, otherwise we can see him. So this video is also gone now.
so shall we start to end this session, or
He's back again. Just let's end the session now.
okay. Ultimately, the great lesson that COVID-19 can teach humanity a fascinating and engaging event. Thank you all of you for exceptional performances and judges for listening them patiently. Now I want our first judge, Mr. Rajiv sir, to share his view for this event. Rajiv sir from HSP
Hello.
department. Yes.
Yeah. You are listening? Audible?
Yes, Rajiv ji.
Yeah, congratulations everybody who have organized this event. Wonderful, Devanshi. You have well coordinated this event.
Thank you, sir.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Director Placement, Pratap Singh Malik ji. Aditya Veer ji, Deputy Director. My fellow colleague judges, Mr. Vivek ji, Madam Anupama. The wonderful experience we got today through this particular discussion, speeches given by participants, and whatever experience we got right now due to this COVID-19, definitely with the passage of time, we are learning so many things with the, you can say, challenges what we are going to face now. And definitely, as per the view of the Honorable Vice Chancellor, we should look after the opportunities, what we are seeing surrounding us. And the students have wonderful given the speeches wonderfully, and even whatever speeches they have given to us, that all depicts a wonderful insight of what they experienced in last 2 months. And whatever we are, you can say, again, seeing in academia, the academia should right now change its, you can say, total scenario. Why, what we are teaching right now, how we are teaching the modules, what we are adopting, and how we interface on every, you can say, activity or events. And in the brief, we can say we should be ready to uphold the, you can say, challenges what we are going to face right now. So with these few words, I congratulate Devanshi, the main coordinator, and all the events coordinators and the most lovely students who participated in this event. Thank you very much to give me opportunity to be part of this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your specious word. Now I want Anupama Sangwan ma'am to share her experience of this event. Mrs. Anupama Sangwan ma'am.
Okay, sorry. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, you are visible and audible.
Okay. A very good evening to one and all present here. Honorable Professor Tankeshwar Kumar, Vice Chancellor Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology, Dr. Pratap Singh Malik, Director Training and Placement, Mr. Aditya Veer, Assistant Director Training and Placement, my fellow judges, Dr. Rajiv and Mr. Vivek, and dear students. At the very outset, I would like to give my heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Pratap Singh Malik and his team for organizing such excellent event in this unprecedented time. I really appreciate your vision of offering learning opportunity that have an impact. Topic of the lecturate was very of impeccable discourse. The end, I would like to congratulate stay at home and help save the nation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for your appreciation. Now I would like to call the third judge, Mr. Vivek, to announce the results and share his thoughts with us.
Hello everyone. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. First of all, thank you, Guru Jambheshwar University, for having me here. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, and the Director and Deputy Director, sir. I've been associated with the university since last 3 years, and I've seen various type of competitions to be conducted by the placement cell as well. I've seen that placement cell is quite enthusiastic in the last 2 or 3 years, as far as I know, since the new Malik sir has taken the job, that at the different events and at the different places, these people are organizing things like competitions, seminars, and this is one of it. And yes, I agreed to the Dr. Anupama ma'am that they organize this event in such an unprecedented time that I actually didn't realize that it will be possible that we can have such kind of seminar and via Zoom application. And this is my first experience with such kind of activity, online activity, I must say. And clearly, and coming to the point that what we have the topic today, that post-COVID in India, as we said, as few days back, Mr. Prime Minister said that we need to call post-COVID era. Earlier it was like we called post-World War I, post-World War II. Now we need to call it a post-COVID era. And clearly things have been changed and things will be changed soon enough, so be it of economically, so psychologically. Students of this age, I believe out way and delivering our gear to each and everyone. And I think it is very appreciating on their part as well. And clearly, you have been, and to the students, you have been given a nice platform to express your ideas. And for the next time, as I got to the memo that there will be another time that you will be having this kind of activity on every Wednesday, I suppose. and I'll be asking you to go more expressive in these kind of things. And even if you don't know about how to give a speech, how to deliver something, just try it for once. It is not like that you are nobody is I will say that nobody is stupendous in each and everything. And but nobody is stupendous since birth. They learn, they keep learning themselves. You will be getting the perfection eventually. And to be perfect, you need to strive for the perfection. So at the end, I would again like to thank university and the staff over there, and training and placement cell, of course, to organizing such event. And thank you for having me here. Result. So the first position is secured by Nisit Shubhankar. First is Nisit Shubhankar, second Shubhra, third Shalini Sharma, fourth Javed, and fifth is Yash Bansal.
A big round of applause for all the winners.
Congratulations, winners. Congratulations, winners. And please, other participants, don't disheart yourself. You will also get a participation certificate, and try and try. It will never fail. You will never fail. Now I want the Assistant Director of TNP Cell, Mr. Aditya, sir, to end the session with his vote of thanks.
Thank you, Devanshi. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Tankeshwar Kumar, Guru Jambesh University of Science and Technology, respectable judges of the today's session, Dr. Anupma Sangwani from CSC Department, Dr. Rajiv Ji from HSB Department, and Mr. Vivek from Origin India Private Limited, HISA, and our Director, Shri Pratap Singh Malik, and dear students. It's my pleasure to be asked for vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion of the inauguration session of a weekly virtual speakathon. So today was the first session, and I think we have done it a great thing, and without any uninterrupted, we have completed this session within the time limits also. So I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, for giving such ideas and motivating us for doing these kind of programs every day or two. And I would like to thank all the judges for sparing their precious time and to come here and judge our students. Thank you very much, all the judges. I would like to thank our Director, Sir Pratap Singh Malik, for his round-the-clock guidance. And without his motivation and guiding us, this program was not and been a successful thing. And in the end, I would like to thank all the volunteers, especially Divyanshi, Sachin, Muskan, Pratibha, Rohan, for managing this program in such a manner that we could end it up smoothly in such a good manner. Thank you very much. And all the students for your presence. Thank you. Thank you all.